I'd like to call the meeting of St. Louis County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. The board members present today are Janet Herman, Chairman, and Angelia Bills, member. The Department of Planning staff members are Debbie Nesbitt, Mel Wilson, and Doug May. First, I offer into the record the affidavit of publication pertaining to today's meeting, September 23rd, 2020. The board hereby takes official notice of and admits into evidence on the record the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance, Chapter 1003, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended, and Chapter 1004, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended. Next, I will call for a motion to approve the minutes of the previous BZA meeting of September 9th, 2020.
So moved.
And I will second. The hearing procedure is informal, but is a teleconference and is recorded. The planning staff will read each request into the record. The petitioner will be unmuted, state their name, and make a brief presentation to the board explaining the reason and hardship for the requested variance. The board will not consider financial hardships. Board members may ask questions to clarify the facts. When the board is satisfied with the material presented, the chairperson will then ask if there is anyone in favor or opposition to the request. To do so, click the hand next to your name and then we will be able to hear you. If any comments were submitted, staff will read them into the record. Before a call for the vote, the petitioner may request a continuance in order to bring in additional documentation. The board may also request a continuance to gather additional information or for a visit to the site. Once comments have been heard, the chairperson will call for a vote. At that time, the discussion is ended and no further discussion is permitted. The board will generally make a decision today, but since there are only 2 members at this time, if the board's vote is split 1-1, the request will be deemed denied. If a variance is approved, the petitioner has 6 months from the end of the state of emergency to obtain the necessary permits or establish the use requested, or the variance will expire. The petitioner or any interested party has the right of appeal to the St. Louis County Circuit Court, but this must be done within 30 days of the decision. And paperwork indicating our decision will be mailed to the petitioner.
Okay, first item on the agenda is 110-20 KEMO Music. It's an exception to the front yard regulations for the purpose of constructing a room addition and covered front porch at 133 Sigsbee Avenue, maintaining a front yard of 10 feet in lieu of 20 feet, as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance.
Okay, KEMO, you are unmuted to give your presentation.
Okay, please start.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, hi. My name is KEMO Music, and I live on 133 Sigsbee Avenue. And I ask you guys about the front porch. I want to do it because I have 9 grandchildren, and I have 5 my children. And the little porch, it's now too small for us. And when I have my children, they don't live with me, everybody, but sometimes we watch my grandchildren, me and my wife. And that's why we decide to do little bigger porch we can enjoy with our grandchildren.
Okay, so expand on to that porch that's there already.
Yes.
Yes.
Janet, I did receive a letter or an email in favor from Jessica Gordney, who is in favor of the petition.
Okay. And Debbie, I did not get out there, but not out of character for the particularly for where it's located. Is that south? No. Oh, I can't hear you, Debbie.
Sorry. It is South County. You had a request down there a couple meetings ago for a front porch also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
So it's not only a porch, but it's a room addition, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Where's the room addition?
Yeah,
Mhm. But I don't think we don't do anything about the room addition, I don't believe.
No.
the room addition is already approved, but the question is about the porch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Angelia, do you have any other questions?
Yeah, so about the porch, is it going to be enclosed then where weather, so rain and things won't be able to get under it or?
It's just a roof. It's not gonna be any window, anything. It's gonna be a porch with the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But just a bigger porch.
Yeah. Now it's
It's very
how I
little.
can explain.
It's very
It's
narrow.
narrow and like
Mhm.
8x3x4 probably, and
Mhm.
it's really small. So when we go out, and I mean when we get on the porch, and we just put two chairs, we can sit there. And when I have my grandchildren, I have to come in the room in the house.
Okay.
So we decide, me and my wife, we can build something. We can sit down and watch our grandchildren and sit down outside.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anyone here that's in favor or opposition to this? Please press the hand next to your name.
I don't see anyone.
Okay. 110-20, I'm gonna vote to approve the variances advertised. The hardship being just the need for a larger porch. The one now he said is 3x8, which is hardly anybody could sit on it. And they just need a little bigger porch to watch their grandchildren.
I second it.
Okay, your paperwork will be mailed to you.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you
Okay.
so much, and God bless you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
Okay, next is 113-20, Robert Dandino. Requests an exception to the side yard regulations for the purpose of replacing the existing deck at 1121 Hollyberry Drive, maintaining a side yard of 5 feet in lieu of 8 feet as required by the R3 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance.
Okay, Jordan, you were unmuted to give your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So basically exactly all I'm trying to do is tear down the existing deck that's there and replace it with basically the exact same size deck. On that easement, it does come out to 5 feet. I'm not real clear about what is actually needed, but I'm just trying to tear down the old one and just put in a new one in the exact same line and where it's already at.
Well, what is that just oh, I see. Okay.
So basically, I had a lot of different communication, I think, with Debbie over where the deck is actually ending and how close it is to the property line, which in order to meet the building codes, it has to be, I think it has to be just a slightly bigger than what's actually there right now by just a few inches.
So is that a door at the end? Is that wrapped
Correct.
around because of the door?
Yeah, there's a door there.
Okay. Okay. So that really won't be used much, just for an exit.
Right, exactly. Just so he can get in and out of that doorway there. So the deck wraps around the house and goes to that door. And then that's where it gets real close to the property line, just in that one area.
Okay. But the usable part of the porch would be in the back, so.
Right, correct.
Yep, right, okay.
Okay, I don't have any questions.
Okay. Is there anyone on this WebEx that is for or against?
I don't see any.
Okay,
Okay.
hearing none. 113-20, I vote to approve the variance as advertised, and it seems like they're putting it in the exact same spot.
Mhm. I'll second. So your paperwork will be mailed to you. Or
Thank
not-
you.
Well, I don't know, to you or the homeowner, one or the other.
We both got mail, so
Oh. All right,
if it goes to him, it goes to me, that's fine.
okay, all right.
The next item, 118-20, Kelly Johnson, will be continued to the next meeting. So we will skip that one and go to 122-20, Maria Estrada. Request an exception to the side and rear yard regulations for the purpose of maintaining an existing above-ground swimming pool at 9430 Teal Ridge Drive, maintaining a side yard of 6 feet in lieu of 8 feet, and a rear yard of 9 feet in lieu of 15 feet, as required by the R3 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance.
Maria, you are unmuted to give your presentation.
Where the pool's located right now, if we would move it anywhere else, there's a deck that comes off the back of our yard. So we can't move it there because it'll still be too close to the back property line. And then if we try to move it to the other side of the yard, we're going to come in with the same problem of being too close to the property line because the backyard is long like a rectangle instead of deep. So there really isn't any place for us to put it that would not break some variance.
Oh, so the pool's already there.
Yes, the pool is already there. We had, before we had the pool installed, we unfortunately listened to the salesman who said that we didn't necessarily need to get a permit. And so we did not get a permit. And then as we're trying to get the electrical approved, we're now in the position where we're trying to get the permit for the pool also.
And what's behind you there? Yeah, what's that back there with all the trees?
That's common ground. It's owned by the apartments that are up on Gravois behind us.
Okay. So it's common ground behind you. Okay. Okay. Is there anyone here that is in favor or opposition?
I don't see anyone.
Okay. 122-20, I'm going to vote to approve the variance as advertised, the hardship being, well, the way the lot is, there's really no place that they could put it without being, this seems like this is the best possible scenario. And as far as the 9 feet instead of 15 feet, that's common ground behind them, so they wouldn't be disturbing anyone. So.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, Angelia did not vote.
I second it.
Sorry.
That's okay. I second it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Your paperwork will be mailed to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Okay, oops.
Is this the right one?
Uh-oh.
Did you just not change the name?
Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, the next one, the name is wrong, but it's William Moragni. Request an exception to allow the construction of a 30-foot by 30-foot detached garage, which will be more than half of the footprint of the home at 1533 Fenton Hills Road, as required by Section 4 of the R3 District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance.
William, you can go ahead and make your presentation.
Yes, I would like to build a garage. I do not have a garage now to put my cars in or any of my, garden tools and lawnmower and all that. Some of that stuff's down in the basement. Of course, the cars aren't, but I would like to build a garage so at least I can store my cars in there, or put my cars in there.
Okay. So, let's see. Okay, so you're really not in violation of any of the side yards or backyards or anything. It's just that the normal garages are 22 by 22. You're acting for.
Well, my one truck is 22 feet long itself. So I have a extended cab, or a crew cab truck. So I'd like to give myself enough room you know, especially after I put, you know, my lawn equipment, you know, my riding lawnmower and stuff all in front there to have enough room to walk around, you know.
Okay, is that the spot where you're thinking of putting it, where we're looking at right now?
No, ma'am. If you keep on coming around the driveway, okay, you see where my black truck is?
Yes.
Okay, there's a garden right there that I put there. That's where the garage is gonna go, where the garden's at. I'd be removing the garden and putting the garage there.
Okay, well, I don't see a garden.
Well-
what is it? I'm sorry.
It's basically where right behind the truck, the black truck.
Oh, I see, okay. Mel or Doug, could you go back to the blueprint for a second? 1 second, please. Okay, it gives me a better idea of what.
Yeah, where the red,
Yeah.
where red square is.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I don't have any other questions.
What is the total space of the lot, like just the whole area?
1.04 acres.
Okay, okay. And so are you still good for lot coverage then? Is he good for lot coverage?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any other questions.
Okay. Is there anyone in favor or opposition to this request? Please hit the
I don't
hand.
see anyone.
Okay.
Okay, hearing none. 123-20, I vote to approve the variance as advertised. It doesn't seem like there's not a problem with lot coverage, so I think that it would be a good request.
I'll second. All right, well, we will mail your paperwork to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
The final item is 124-20, St. Louis County Parks and Recreation. Request an exception to the side yard regulations for the purpose of converting a paved sports field into parking at 12620 Spanish Pond, maintaining a side yard of 5 feet in lieu of 10 feet as required by the PS Park and Scenic District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance.
Okay, Toby, you are unmuted to give your presentation. Toby? Yeah, there were two before.
Oh, hello.
Oh, go ahead, Toby.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was muted myself. So currently at the facility, there is a paved baseball field that has not been used for years. The backstops have been taken down and there's grass growing up, you know, between the joints. We are replacing the restroom out at that facility. And as part of that project, our program services asked if we could enlarge the parking area because the picnic shelter there is not able to be rented at full capacity because it's limited in parking. So we had a designer draw up the bathroom plans to pave over the baseball field. And we're actually reducing the paved size, but it won't be ball field, it'll be parking.
And so the side yard that you're requesting, that you need the variance of 5 feet in lieu of 10 feet, is
Correct.
that to the right there that butts up to the, looks like home, the area where there's all the trees?
Correct. It's undeveloped, but there are parcels, and those parcels are not owned by St. Louis County at this time. But the closest part is at that property 12317, and the way it is currently, the ball field's paved all the way up to the property line. So it'll actually be a little bit further, the pavement will be a little bit further away from what it is existing. And that's how much space they need for the cars to circulate around the corner.
So there is a home at 12317?
No, it's just trees.
Oh, okay.
That
But
whole
is it-
area is just trees.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was pretty foresty, but I didn't know if there was a home there. Okay, so that won't really be bothering, excuse me, anyway. Okay. I don't have any other questions.
I don't either.
Okay, is anyone here in favor or opposition on this WebEx? Please hit the hand next to your name. Nope. Okay, 124-20, I'm gonna vote to approve the variance as advertised. Not so much of a hardship as a better use of the property that hasn't been used for years and years, and now could be used for parking lot for the pavilions.
I second it.
Okay, I guess your paperwork will be mailed to you or walked to you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, that's the end of the meeting.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right.
That was pretty fast.
That was.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, thanks, guys.
Okay, we'll see.